Greetings families, welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This video is about Mali, Algeria and Ukraine. Since what happened the other time, there is this tension between Algeria, Ukraine and Mali, especially Mali. Mali has called on UN to denounce what happened, call on the superpowers or those sponsoring Ukraine to do something, and no one would talk. And I was saying that, in this world, we have bad parents, we have good parents. There are parents, when their children do something or done something bad, they pat them and say, well done. Why don't you do it like this? Why don't you even do it more? And why don't you hit back? Even in school, some follow their children to schools, and react at school. And so the teachers will be scared and they will not say anything or punish their children. And some will say, you have done wrong. Don't do it again. This is wrong. These our superpowers never ever denounce anything done by their children. Yes, I call them by their children because they are the people enabling what is going on to be going on. I'm sure my families, you are my grandpas, granddads, my aunties, my uncles, so you know where I'm coming from. And even my brothers and sisters, you understand I'm using terms now. They are enabled this to happen. So they were happy, and some were happy to say that, yes, we are not going to even give them aid because they said something bad about their children, instead of them rather apologizing for what had happened. So Algeria is saying that no, Mali has thrown something into their country and destroyed something. The people were grouping them. That was the place they used to attack them. So they are saying that they will take the matter into UN, and I was like, yeah, take it there because that's where the fathers and the mothers are. They will deal with this matter. They were calling them to put sanctions on Russia. I just laugh like I'm smiling now. Put sanctions on Russia because they are their army are training the Malians and Burkina Faso and Niger. And I was saying that what about during the time that French was there? What about the time that German was there? The other countries that we know that were training Africans, they are still training in Ghana, Senegal, and the rest now as we speak. What about them? Who put sanctions on them? No one put sanctions on them. Now Algeria is calling for them to put sanctions on Russia. But Russia has dealt with sanctions for years, ages, even before I was born. So they know how to handle that. They are under sanctions, so nothing will deter them from doing what they are doing. Anyway, please listen to all that went on, and I'll be back. Thank you for your time. Families, before you listen to the video, I've removed the images because um, it's not good to show them. So I've already put different video that you'll be watching, but the audio about what is going on that I've talked about is what you will hear. Thank you for your understanding.
The Algerian authorities are upset by the Malian army's drone strikes on August 5, 2024 in Tensawat. Algeria's representative, Amar Benjamin, mentioned NATO and threatened Mali. For this Algerian diplomat, his country finds the Malian drone strikes carried out without the agreement of the Algerian government unacceptable. He believes that coordination should be made with Algeria before drone strikes are carried out. Amar Benjamin also believes that these drone strikes ordered by the Malian army have caused enormous damage to his country, and wounded Malians have crossed the border to be treated in Algeria. Algeria's permanent representative, at the same time, call on the United Nations to impose sanctions on the Russian instructors helping the Malian army in the fight against terrorism. We must put an end to the violations of private armies used by certain countries. Since the terrorist attack on Russian armed forces and instructors in Tezoud, northern Mali, the Algerian authorities have been conspicuous by their stupefying silence. While several countries denounced and condemned this act and Ukraine's assistance to the terrorists, Algeria remained silent. According to revelations, the Algerian authorities are even suspected of having given aid to the terrorists. Russia has even reproached Algeria for having failed in its duty to monitor a region close to the Algerian borders. Moscow even suspects Algiers of having used its airspace under American pressure to transport a brigade of Ukrainian paramilitary agents to northern Mali.
Families, this is what is going on. I don't know what is going on in your mind, but the comment section is there for you to tell us what is going on, because this has been going on for a long time. And recently, I thought Algeria and Mali, Burkina Faso, they are working together to quench this fire before this happened. Or maybe I'm naive. I don't know what is going on. And please, can you tell us? Before I end this video, Malian delegates also went, or officials went to UN to present their case. This is the second time they present their case about what is going on or what went on. And after the statement, they call on Algeria to understand what they are doing. I don't know if by calling on Algeria to understand what is going on, they will or not, because they are all working with different parties and they all have their bosses that controls them. So yes, whether they will understand that this trade is not only for us, but it is for all of the Sahel region or all of our neighbors that we are fighting. I don't know. They said they need special permission, but Mali is calling on Algeria to listen, that this threat is not only for Mali, it's for all of us, and what they are doing or what caused the strike is because the people are in their territory. For real, they were in their territory, and that is what happened. Our condolences to those innocent people that lost their life through that. But please listen, and I'll be back. Thank you so much for your time.
Mr. Chairman, on the eve of the end of the presidency of the Security Council scenario, I am delighted to address you and your entire delegation. Congratulations on a job well done. From August 2024, Mali has asked to take part in this meeting, essentially to share his deep concerns, faced with the implications and consequences of supplying arms to Ukraine, on our countries, on our populations, far from the front line between Russia and Ukraine. As you know, since the crisis between Russia and Ukraine, the government of Mali has adopted a position of neutrality. However, we are increasingly concerned to see that this crisis is gradually being transferred towards distant regions, as we saw last July in Mali, in the Sahel, in Africa. Indeed, the spokesman for the Ukrainian Military Education Agency, the Ukrainian ambassador to Senegal, has publicly admitted their country's involvement in the cowardly attack. Traitor and barbarian, on July 24, 25 and 26, 2024, terrorist groups caused the death of element of the Defense and Security Forces of Mali, Atizawat 10. Mali, as well as significant material damage. Worse, these senior Ukrainian officials have publicly announced further results to come. We are concerned. The government of Mali reiterates its firm condemnation of Ukraine's support for the terrible formations in Mali, the Sahel and Africa. He decided to end it. Diplomatic relations between Mali and Ukraine, and Mali calls on the Security Council to assume its responsibilities in the face of this deliberate choice by Ukraine, in order to prevent its subversive actions which threaten stability in the Sahel, and indeed on the African continent. Given the angry precedents I've just denounced, the government of Mali has expressed its deep concern over the supply of arms to Ukraine. For it has now been established that a large proportion of the weapons supplied to Ukraine are fueling terrorism and crime in the Sahel, with the risk of further destabilizing our countries and exacerbating the suffering of our populations already sorely tried by several years of conflict with dramatic consequences. We call on the countries supplying weapons to Ukraine. Ensure that these weapons do not fall into the hands of armed terrorist and extremist groups in the Sahel and Africa. For its part, Mali has no desire to become a battleground for the powers that be. Mr. Chairman, I would like to take this opportunity to respond to the Algerian ambassador, who at the round table on the 1575th anniversary of the Geneva Convention on the Law of War, held in Switzerland on August 26, 2024, has seen fit to declare having A drone strike in northern Mali. Then into civilians. And he continues, and I quote, "What's that? Press the joystick on that drone. No one needs to know about these strikes." End of quote. With great surprise. To see a diplomat make such a serious and unfounded claim on the basis of mere press allegations. By lightly peddling this unverified press information, he is relaying terrorist propaganda in our region. For my part, I remind my Algerian colleague that Mali's defense and security forces are professional forces waging a relentless battle against terrorist groups, with strict respect for human rights and international humanitarian law, to liberate our territory and protect our people and property. What is it about? August 25, 2024. Mali's defense and security forces carried out an offensive reconnaissance operation, spotting pickup vehicles loaded with war materiel, carefully guarded in a concession in the locality of Tinzaouadan, northeast of Kidal. After careful monitoring, Mali's security forces have carried out strikes. Who enabled the destruction of the terrorist target and neutralized some of the armed men? As you can see from the Algerian ambassador, dear friend Amar, these are the terrorists that Mali's forces neutralized on August 25, not civilians. I therefore invite him to adopt a constructive attitude that is more respectful of Mali and its people, in keeping with the age-old relations of good neighborliness, fraternity, friendship and cooperation that have always...
Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have taken one or two things from this video. Leave comments because I would like to learn more about you. There are rumors that a lot of things are going on in the Sahel as we speak now. Um, I'll be back with another video, families. I don't want this one to be too long. About Senegal, I've heard something, I've seen something, and I want to share with you. It might be today or tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure, but there are other things that is going on. We hope and pray that everything goes on well because they are trying to intensify things in Africa. I don't know why. I heard somebody, one of our family said, you don't know why you should know. Yes, I know, but sometimes I feel like Africa should, you know, not repeat our mistakes, the mistakes that has been going on for a long time. Sometimes I feel like this is the time for Africa to liberate itself. And sometimes I just don't understand the mentality because right now, due to internet, we have information for people to be still ignorant and be allowing these things to continue to happen. I will not blame NATO, I will not blame the West, I will not blame the USA, nothing. But I will blame our leaders who allow themselves to be used this way. Because I don't think that Africans will come to a Western country or any other country and then manipulate and tell them what to do and what not to do. Right now, as we are speaking, Ghana owes Britain a lot of money and they are seizing Ghana assets in UK. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, families, I will leave you here. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you all, my returning subscribers, my members, and my VIPs. You know yourself all. I love you all. Thank you. God bless you. I will see you soon. Bye bye. Your comment is very important. And like the video. If you are not here, subscribe as well. I can't finish this video. Bye bye.